Hello guys again and welcome to our channel. So here we are, I am International Master Minh again, and here once again we are playing rapid. The time control is 10 minutes. I will play some random people and trying to improve our rating. Also along the way, I will try to show you my thinking process. I will try to show you some kind of lessons, and obviously the way I try to do to find a move. Be sure to ask me a question if you want to. Hopefully this can be an instructive series. Time to study and let's go. Okay, so my opponent is the guy named Treepors from US. Sicilian c5, okay. Knight 3. Okay, so now we start the questions here. I can play this one for sure, which is my name's which variation. I can also play like here, Knight Dwarf or Dragon, whatever. There are plenty of things here. There are plenty of things here for sure to learn. But I think, okay, I will try to play something I never do in the rapid session. Dragon variation, d6. This is actually a very rare move. People don't normally do this. People don't normally play this. Since they want to play b5 later as well. Also the bishop here, you need to be really careful about that right away. So d6 is a normal move. And he play bishop c4. Okay. Guys, anyone can tell me the name of this one, right? I forget this name of this. The name of this opening. It feels very, I think, popular in the early levels. This guess, very rare when you get better, but this is actually, I think, pretty familiar in this level. I forget the main line, forget the name of the line. I can show you that later. So you want to play here, right? Put pressure on the f7 pawn and trying to develop normally. You're Bowler. Bowler, yes, it's Bowler. I'm so bad. Okay, Bowler. Okay, so I will play normally here. e6. I just like, okay, here. Let's move. Attacking the pawn on e4. And I want to activate a piece. d4. So, okay, so, I think he wants to go for some cut attack, right? Since d4 here, ignore the pawn here. Hello, Margolas. I'm playing rapid right now. My sub-playing session has finished like, I think, 15 minutes ago. Okay, queen d4. And guys, now, if you play knight e4, you can do that, maybe you can do that, but he can play like, maybe knight c3, maybe queen e2, and there are some, I think, compensation. If he play knight e4, you can take, I think, and then you can play d5. But now queen e4, so now time to activate. The piece with tempo, right? Knight c6, obviously it is. Bishop b5. Somehow now it is coming to the main line, but he is one tempo down. The main line is here, it's like this. d4, cd4, queen d4, now here and bishop b5. So now it comes to the main line, but he is just down a tempo, which is strange. Okay, I will simply block. Bishop d7. Here, what to do? The question here actually is like, what pieces to take on c6? There are plenty of things here you need to think of. So take here is really good too, for sure. You look at the center here, right? Also you can play c5 later, but I will take the bishops. Occupy this diagonal. Also, Also, I want to keep this C file still open for the rook later. Obviously, I put pressure on the pawn on e4. He somehow ignored that, he just played bishop g5. He should play knight c3 though. But here I will take the pawn. Why not, right? Why not? I see the pawn, and nothing wrong, I take it. He seems to play bliss here, or just want to flag me. I can feel that. I can feel that. Okay, so now come to the question, how to develop your pieces. It's not entirely easy. The bishop here is pinning our queen, right? So e5, drop the queen probably. Push the pawn here, he might take the rook on h8, which is very unfortunate. So I think I will play maybe queen b6, I think. Exchange the queen here. Also get the queen out of this diagonal, so I can play here and go like here and here and open other bishops. Obviously, this is a very big blunder for sure. Well, take here is fine though. That is actually fine move. Take here, yeah, here, right? Take here, here, and e5. He may play queen d2, yeah, queen d2 maybe, and then we are good. We are very good there. But I just want to play safe. Queen d3. I don't believe in what I play, honestly. This is fine though, but I think I'm good here. It's okay. Time to develop. Knight c3, d5. Defend the knight, right? Defend the knight, and ensure a good center here for us. I think we're in very good shape. Bishop e3. Okay, bishop c5. Activate the bishops. You know, exchange material. Also, fasten our development. So that is a really good move. Free pawn. Honestly, I don't really recommend you take the pawn here. Since, your king is not really safe. And now, when you're up a pawn already, I don't think that being greedy and go for a second one is a good idea. That's the thing. Knight c3. I want to be greedy for sure, but I think that can be very dangerous. And as a general stream, as a general videos, I don't want to teach you guys to be greedy. That should be the wrong thing. Greedy is the wrong stuff. Okay, castles. And now you see, right? We finished our development, our king get a safety, and we're simply a pawn up. That's it. Knight here. Okay guys, a small question here. Can you tell me, what do you want to take on c6? This or this? So here, what do you think is correct? This is actually quite an obvious question. The thing to take is the queen. Since you want to keep the c file open, right? You want to get the rook here attacking this weak pawn. If you play b here, b6, play b6 here, right? You will block the file here, and obviously it's harder to go for these pawn weaknesses. And now you see, right? The c file is still open, and you can get the rook here to attack these weaknesses easier, right? Easier. Rook b1. Okay, a very good move. So if you play queen c3, right, you can take back and go for the pawn here. So b6. Let's play safe, guys. We also have this pawn here, which is kind of weak. So time to play safe first before we go for the pawn, right? Rook b3. Rook c7. I want to play something simple. I just want to focus on the pawn here, and now time to double the rook. You see, right? We have absolutely no weakness, and his pawn is very weak. So it's easier for us to attacking his weaknesses. You see? Rook e1, rook c8. The thing for him is that both of his pawns is just very weak. Queen a4, you see, right? Both of his pawn is just so weak, and that is an unfortunate thing for him. Well, early kinds, I think early kinds, what I can say, I forget the words. It is like doubles, it's like when you need, when you try and put the queen between two rooks, I believe. a3. This guy is defending well. He's defending really well, I will say that. Really well. But okay, I think time for me to get in. d4. Yeah, I can gun. Yeah, I can gun. Yeah, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Sometimes I'm really bad at English. a5? a5 will make this pawn becoming weaker, and I think that's wrong. cd4, queen d4. And now, we take the pawn here, and this pawn now is so weak, right? Back rank is also another idea here. So, 2 pawns up. It's going to happen really soon. That's it. This one, I can play later, no worry. My back rank is still fully covered, so it is not a big worry. Used to? Okay, push. Okay now? Open the fly squares. Always memorize that, guys. Don't let him, invading in the back rank here, which is very bad. Queen f2. Another pawn here on the back. Another pawn here. And now, endgame with 3 pawns up, right? Which is very easy to win. It's not for beginners only. It's good for everybody. This move is just very important to play, And then it just gives you a fly square for your king. And now, guys, as we have already played here, how can we activate our last pieces? This is the main reason why a6 is good. When you have done this move, you can simply ignore the back rank ideas. That's it, right? Rook h2, rook c1 for maximum activity. Yeah, that's so much activities. For sure it is. That is so much activity, King here. And now not only this pawn here will likely to fall, his king now is in pressure too, which you need to be really careful. Take. Okay, guys, 4 pawns up. But now, let's come to the bullying phase. Now you can win with every moves, but I will explain things here, from a bullying point of view. You can go for whatever you want to, but I just see it that his king can run here, right? So I want to block it. Rook c2. Time for bullying content. That's it. I want to trap the king here, and guys, the idea is like this. Tell you, if we trap the king in this way, so he doesn't have any way to run out, and wait for the pawn. We like that, right? We like that. He's just winning for sure. He doesn't play it correctly, and the mid just so good to play. That's it. Okay, so time to explain things again. There are something here to explain from this game too. Let's go back to the game here again. So here and here. So in this game, he played an opening which is called the Bowler attack. The Bowler attack. This is actually really rare in high level, but I think you will see this one a lot of time. in, I think, below 1500. I know it. So here, in this position, I play knight f6. Put pressure on the pawn here, right? Like this. And then knight c3. I mean, normally the move to play is knight c3 here. And I can play like knight here, and then like here or here. Simply fianchetto the bishops. Or I can play like here and here as well. I mean, Ballard is pretty common, I can tell you that. The thing I can tell you, I have some students and they ask me about this Ballard plenty of time. Which is kind of, I mean, strange for me. But I think below 1500 level, that is pretty common. Yes, it is. So what I try to recommend is to play this one first. Attacking the pawn in the future, right? In the center, I mean in the center. Oh Jesus. And then, you know, you need to defend it like here, and then you can like play this move here, and then like here or here. Or you can play this one too, this one as well, and then defend later in the game. It's like this. Which is definitely playable for sure. Definitely playable indeed. In the game, he played d4. That is actually, I think, pretty risky. About the unasked question, I think you can take here. You can take here. I mean, White needs to prove his compensation. Like, if I play in a blitz game, I will take that. But since I'm here teaching you guys about some rules and some, I mean, how to play good chess, being ready in the opening, I think is a pretty risky approach. That's why I won't recommend that, since that it is just simply a bit risky to play. Who doesn't want to take free stuff, right? It just feels a bit tricky. That's it. In a game, cd4, queen e4. Now here, bishop b5. As I mentioned earlier, we are moving to the opening. It is just good for us. The main line here, which actually is pretty trendy in high level, is d4. Here, 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 and here. This one. And here, here, and here. Knight c3, knight here, and castles, and like, you know, I think like e5 here and here. This is very trendy in high level. But here, you see, right? But here, bishop d7, and you know, we didn't have this move. But in the game, we have knight f6, and that is good for us, right? You just spend 2 tempo on the bishop, here and here, and obviously, that's good for us. cd4, queen here, knight c6, bishop b5, here, takes, and take here. Okay, so here I think knight c3 should be played. This should be played. Defend the pawn here for sure. Also activate the piece. But then he somehow sacrificed a pawn, which is a bit weird for me. g5 takes. Knight c3. Okay, guys. So for the guys who are recommending knight g5 here, you're really good. Here and e5. Attacking the knight here, right? And the queen as well. And then with queen d2 here and so on. And then we're good to go, right? A very strong bishop pair here, and he's just in trouble. You see? So this is pretty good too. In a game, I opt for something I think easier. Queen b6. I want to exchange the queen, maybe. Maybe that's wrong. I think that is safe enough. Queen d3, e6. Once again, this is playable. Queen b2 is playable, but it is tricky once again. Your king is here, right? Not castling at all. And castling here obviously is so risky. So I recommend against that. When you are up a pawn or material already and your king is safe, trying to finish your development first. Since that will help you to make it safer, and you can try to, Play easier without worrying of any kind of competition for your opponent. Understand me? E6 here, c3, d5. I can play here too, like here and here and here, and obtain a strong bishop pair. That is also playable too as well. In the game I play d5. You know, my idea is very simple. Take here and I get here and I get a fork, right? And that is giving me a piece up. Your account name is sus. I mean, indeed. I mean, this account name simply tell everybody that I am a speedrun account. You know? This name, everyone can sense that. Okay, so back to the game. d5. But I mean, I'm fine with that. I want to show people that I am like a speedrun account. That's fine for me. In the game, bishop here, bishop c5, here, knight e5, takes, and here, castles, right? You can see here that now we finished the development and things just get easy for us. Get easy for us. Knight here and queen takes back. This is wrong for sure. This is not that bad. It's not ruining your position, but obviously this makes this pawn harder to be attacked, right? In the game, queen here, so I want to keep attacking these weaknesses. I want to keep attack these weaknesses. So basically, weakness is an important thing in chess. Weakness is an important thing in chess. Knight a4? No, I mean the bad thing for him is that our knight here, bishop, is covering a4, and that's it. That's why he doesn't have any, realistic counterplay for the missing pawn. That's it. And okay, let's come back to the weaknesses. So here, I want to say this is actually a pretty important thing to be talking about. Plenty of other streamers have also talked about this. So basically, about weaknesses is like you need to look at how what I'm saying, oh my goodness, it's like this. So look at your opponent's position, trying to look for a weak pieces, or maybe something which is not strong enough, right? And then try to attack that. And if you can win that pawn, or if you can invade a square, it's good for you. Normally, always look at the strength and weaknesses of your and your opponent's position, which is obviously very important for sure. But here guys, so went too fast. Wait a second, so am I too fast? Should I slow down? Please tell me again if I'm so fast, or please tell me if you cannot understand me so well. I mean, I know I cannot compare to Daniel at this thing, but I will try my best to be instructive and teach you something about chess that I know and I want to share for everybody. So if I'm so fast, please tell me so that I can slow it down. In a game, so queen g3, and I just simply bring my rook out, right? And b6. I mean, this move is pretty good as well. This move here, b6. Since this one simply prevent one of his counterplay. If we play like queen c3, right? You can play here, and rook b7, and you can see, right? Suddenly he gets some activities that we don't really want to allow. You see? So when you are converting winning positions, you don't really want to allow any counterplay too. So b6, keep this pawn safe, and you can fully focus on your attack on a c file. e6. It could be 3 here. Rook c7, d1, just double, right? Rook e3, queen a4. And a3, d4. This move actually is like, I think, give me material. And it's not easy to deal with for him. What I see here is so beautiful here. I can show you this one real quick. Rook e4, right? And for instance, if we're trying to block in the file here, I can play rook c4 for instance. This one for instance. In the game, I do see something like rook could like this one actually. Like here, and then rook here, and then like okay, and like here. But I just see this move now. I just see f3 now. I almost make mistakes. Honestly, I expect this one and queen b3, and I was like, boom! I was like, ooh, that's so nice. And here, right? But I just see f3 here. So we are lucky, not going for the juicy. So guys, when you're winning, a very good lesson is that do not go for beauty. Just win the game. Just win the game. d4, he takes. Queen d4. And you know, due to the threat on the back rank and the pawn here, we are winning the second pawn. h3 takes, king h2, and a6. And guys, memorize to play this move. I mean, ugly win is good as well. Just win the game. Dirty is fine, but whatever it is, win is a win, and that is the most important thing. Also guys, remember this move. This is just a very important one to play. A very important and maybe not so correct advice is that when you don't know what to do, play h3 or a6. That is an advice that honestly it is pretty fun here. Maybe it's not, I mean, it's not fully correct, but at some point this is actually a very useful move. In the game, rook here, another pawn, you see, right? We're up 3 pawns here, and this is actually a piece of cake. I mean, if you haven't played this move, right? He can play rook c3 or whatever, which can be annoying. But now, if you play here already, you don't worry about any kind of attack. King g3 and this one again, and you see, right? The rook can feel free to attack, and everything just going through. And here, then this and this, right? And things are just dead for him. Dead for him right away. Nothing can be done, and it's over. F-pawn, I mean, the F-pawn actually, normally you should only push that when you're going to, I mean, fight again this pawn chain. Oops, lucky I am in time to turn up the volume. So here, you see, right, it's over in the game of beautiful mate. Yes, it is. Okay, so the game actually is pretty, I think, instructive. He doesn't play the opening correctly, he give me a pawn, and then we are converting nicely, putting pressure on him that he cannot be able to handle with, right? So that's it. Okay, I think, so do you want a second game? Do you want another game? I think we should do another game for sure. Well, I mean, for me, so lesson in this game, I mean, overall lessons, first of all, is trying to, you know, I think don't be greedy in the opening. Don't be greedy in the opening. Obviously, you need to defend upon e4 for sure, but I mean, in general, don't be so greedy. Second, I mean, you know, when up material, you can try to, I mean, exchange queens, trying to activate the pieces, trying to finish development, plenty of things to do. But obviously, don't let your opponent have any counterplay, and activate the pieces to focus on his weaknesses. Sure? Okay, So let me stop the record and turn on another one here.